a moment of silence for my buddy Ratchet. Hey guys, what's up? BC coming back at you guys with another Transformers video review. This time we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of Extinction Leader Class Grimlock. Now I bet you're wondering, wait, that's not Leader Grimlock. He's not all crappy with chrome. Well, see, there's a beautiful thing out there today called paint. That is right, this is a custom. I know, something Rob didn't do for once. Yes, this is all my work. And you can kind of tell, because it's kind of sloppy. But I'm happy with it. So yeah, he has... I'm not gonna lie, the dinosaur mode is a little weird. But I don't care. Why? It's Grimlock. Tell me, if you walked up to him, like pretend this is my fingers. My fingers are you. You walk up to him and go, hey, your dino mode is stupidly out of proportion. You wanna know what he's gonna do? Chomp. Exactly. So quit your complaining about the damn dino mode. Because honestly, it's getting a little annoying. But with that said... onto the actual review. The dino mode is not nearly as bad in person, especially when you went my route and added all the paint to it. The silver kinda helped. Yes, I realize he's a bit more of a dull gunmetal gray, but you know what? I felt silver was a better pick, because why not? I could have gone G1 accurate, but yeah. Now, a nice little thing about this is that these two flaps right here peg in. So you can lift those up and give him more articulation in his head. So if you wanted to, you could kind of have him pulling a bit of a G1 Grimlock. Kind of stand more upright like this. And you know, that's cool. I like the fact that they give us that feature. I just question the flat neck. So, honestly, if I'm going to keep mine in Dino mode, I'm going to have him in the position that he was meant to be in. And that is this. Maybe, you know, angle the neck a little bit more. And then have the camera just fling back and look at me. Hi guys. How you doing? Maybe if I kill this light, you'll be able to get a better look at it. Nope, never mind. Okay, well, so much for that. Anyways, on to transformation. Transformation form is actually kind of, like, I find it pretty intuitive. I like it. And another thing I like about it, everything has a place to go and it locks together. Nothing feels as if it's going to pop out of place. And I like that about this figure. So if we're going to to transform, we're going to come back here, kind of wiggle this tail off, which I have a little thing about this tail. It's cool. Okay, you know what? Faceplant. This thing is cool. It splits in half, and this opens up to become the Dragon Tooth Mace. Like that. And that's all fine and dandy. I like this weapon. I do. This thing is pointless. Because literally all you're doing is you're folding this open like this, and it's supposed to be a shield. I'm sorry, but if he's holding it like this, you need to hope and pray this thing is going to block something. And if he's holding it like this, forget about it. Your face is gone. To whereas, if you fold it up like this thing will probably break within like 20 minutes. So yeah, I find the shield pointless. The mace is cool. I like the mace. But of course, what I do is I keep the tail assembled. And you'll see why in a moment, because I'm pretty sure no one else has done this yet. Anyways, on to the actual transformation for the guy. Transforming him is actually really, like, it's confusing at first, but once you get it down, it's pretty much second nature. So you're going to come down here, you're going to go to his body, straighten out his dino arms to where they're lined up against the body. Then you're going to come underneath here and unhook these two pieces from their connecting points. Because, like I said, the figure in both modes locks together. You come up here and you split this whole piece, and then you split the legs like that. And you can tell, nice clicky joints. Prepare for some ratchetgasms. Come to the T-Rex skull, and without breaking anything, split it. And then flip this whole piece around like that. Now to work on the legs. The legs have actually a pretty cool transformation, because you're going to come underneath here to these rib cage pieces, flip these out like this, and kind of work this thing around. This will flip around like that, and then this will rotate in, and while you're rotating it, once you get it to at least here, flip this piece back up. Actually, make sure that these little knobs tab in up here to hold the leg in place. And flip the foot up into that. Kind of close up the rib cage, kind of close up the leg. And then flip out the spiked toe. And straighten out his leg. And there's his robot leg. Do the same thing to the other side. Come on. There we go. Now flip around. There we are. There are the legs. Now to come up to the upper body. Now the upper body, what you're doing here is you're kind of getting the dino legs out of the way. Rotating them like this. Straighten out his arms. Spin his hands around. Flip the dino up. Flip the dino feet up. And you kind of come back here. You're gonna flip these pieces down like this. You unpeg them from here and they flip down like that. Take these pieces, unpeg them, rotate them back like that, and then peg them back into place. Again, do the same thing on the other side. Now, come to the back to the dinosaur skull. You take the bottom jaw, rotate it around like this, and then plug it into where the skull, the areas where the top skull and the bottom skull plugs together are corresponding points that allow the jaws to plug in like that. So now you have this mess. You can't do much with it yet until you take the chest. I usually just kind of leave his arms out like that, kind of keep everything out of the way, kind of fold the chest crest up like that. And you're going to take this, and with as much force as you can, push it down to reveal his head. Which, that's a pretty decent little head reveal, I'm not gonna lie. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. Yay! So yeah. Keep these down like that. Flip this up and peg it in there. And these, they don't just go in there and stay. They actually when you push them, when you put them in, push them down until you feel it lock. That will keep these things from moving out of place, and will give you the ability to pose these shoulder pauldrons. And there is Grimlock in robot mode. And his original look was awesome to begin with. But when you add the paint to him like I did, it really makes him pop. Is that better or is that better? I don't know. Now again, if you wanted to, you could have him wielding the Dragon Tooth Mace, which I always have for some reason, have a hard time splitting this in half. Come on, there we go. Kind of fold all this up. Yeah, he can hold the mace in his hand. I don't know why they didn't call that the Dino Crusher or whatever. And again, this shield. He'll kind of hold his arm out like that and kind of flip this out. This little peg right here will slot in right underneath his dino toe. And there you go. Now, as far as defense goes, that's like literally right in front of his face. The only thing that's guarding him is literally his hand. Like, here. Let me actually get this to where you're at eye level with him. See? The most that's happening here is he's guarding his face with his hand. He's not guarding much at all. Now flip this around. Now if you flip it around, kind of plug it in like this. Yeah, good luck, buddy. Good luck. Whereas when you fold it all up and then flip it around, that's where he's kind of defending himself like that. That's a pretty decent defense. But with all the holes within the shield, he's gonna get shot down within like seconds. So I find this shield pointless. At least till I did this. Now again, reassemble the tail. And I'm pretty sure I have yet to see anybody else do this. Reassemble the tail. And your choice of the arm to hold this thing. With this whole thing. That same peg, you utilize it. I rotate the hand to help kind of keep it together. Kind of plug it on. And that is an awesome defense and offense. He's basically got this giant Grimmy spear, which in of itself is freaking awesome. Now, with that, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure somebody did do this, just doesn't do reviews, but this is, so far, I think I'm the only one review-wise to show this off. That you can basically give him a Megatron-style tail weapon that could actually kill something. All that aside, though, this is really, the shield is really the only issue I have with the figure. Otherwise, the figure's great. Especially when you add the paint to it. Now, as far as articulation goes, he has a swivel joint in the head. So that's all fine and dandy. These pieces pose all they want. Ratchet. Shoulders. these weird shoulder joints, which honestly I'm fine with them. They're probably an easy fix. Ratcheted. Elbow. Nothing at the waist. Ratcheted. Hips. Thigh swivel. Ratcheted. Knees. And then he's got these weird ankle joints. Like, they keep him, like, his feet keep him up, but if you pose his, like, if you're trying to pose his feet, forget about it. So yeah, let's just kind of get this back to being a little lower to the ground, so you're not staring him straight in the face. And then kind of straighten him out as best as I can. And get him... Oh, and also, there are these two plugs right here that allow you to plug, well, mainly the shield, but I'm keeping the tail on there because why not? And he actually stands with it. Okay, so, yeah, there's Grimmy. There's Grimmy. There's Grimmy. Slide that back. Give me just one moment so I may grab my leader figures. As far as a Dark of the Moon leader class figure goes, here he's next to Ironhide. Now, Ironhide kind of showed that the leader figures were getting a little bit smaller. They're almost the exact same size. So, anybody saying that the leaders are much smaller than they used to be, keep in mind, the Dark of the Moon leaders were also smaller than they used to be. This isn't much of a difference. So that's Ironhide. Now, honestly, the only real scale issue that I kind of discovered is here he is next to Revenge of the Fallen Prime. Prime towers over Grimlock, and that I don't find that right. Like, just some part of me just looks at this and goes, "That's not right." So this is honestly the only time where I feel Grimmy is too small. But again, this is a leader class figure. You really can't expect it to be the exact size you want it to be. So yeah, again, this figure, move over. Now compared to, say, one of the Age of Extinction Voyagers, which I have one, here he is next to Evasion Mode Optimus Prime. And I think that is a close, like a really close, I mean, it's not exact, but it's close. I will have a review of him up at some point. Just don't know when, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. So overall, my final thoughts. The figure originally, with the paint job that he had, with all the chrome, I felt he used the chrome right. Most of the chrome went into the Dino mode, and then when he transformed into robot mode, it only was on the chest, on the insides of the legs, and on the dino crusts thingies. That's honestly the only real thing I can give it. But then I painted it. With the paint job, he looks amazing. With a movie accurate, well, okay, close to movie accurate paint job, he looks great. But that's literally all I can say about him. If you're not at all a fan of the movie line, this will not please you, even if you paint it. But if you are a Grimmy fan, definitely pick this up. It's a movie version of Grimlock, so what's not to love about it? Grimmy's finally in the movies, even though he was only in it for like, what, 5 minutes. All around, the figure itself is awesome. When you paint it, it's epic. So with this said, this is BC saying stay nerdy and get your geek on. I will catch you guys next time.